What is going on, collectors? Optical 20 back for another video. Today we're going to take a look at the newly released quarter scale Mark IV from Hot Toys, and you can still pre-order this at bigbadtoystore.com. I'll put the link down below. I'm sorry, it's Mark 6, not Mark IV. Mark IV has been released a while back. So Mark 6, this is the quarter scale. I did get the 1/6 scale version maybe 3 months ago for Mark 6, or maybe more. That one has the melted face, like the head sculpt looks like an ice cream that's being melted. This one looks a lot better. It's still not Tony Starkish to me though, but a lot better. If we're just comparing the 1/6 version to this, it looks a lot better. The battle damage looks a lot more pronounced as well. I mean, that gash on his left leg is just beautiful. Even the chest plate looks a bit similar, but since this is quarter scale, you could see the details a lot better. I just feel like this is a more refined version of the 1/6 scale, a better version, so to speak, of the 1/6 scale. This has a nice diorama base as well. Now, if you are into quarter scale, or if you've never had a quarter scale, especially Iron Man, you're in for a treat. I have 3 quarter scales right now in my collection: Mandalorian, Spider-Man, and the most recent one is Mark 42. It was on sale at Big Bad at around $458, I believe. So I picked it up because I've always have a soft spot for quarter scale. It's just that, just be advised that if you are picking up one, they're huge. So you gotta allot a massive space for them to be in. They do, however, stand out. If your main goal is to just display the figures, let's say you don't care about taking pictures of it, doesn't care if he's interacting with other figures and all that stuff, because there's only few quarter scales out there. Not as much as compared to their 1/6 counterpart. So if you don't care about that and you just care about aesthetics, quarter scale is the way to go. It just looks unbelievable. Like that Mark 42 is so good, and I know there's a 1/6 coming out pretty soon. Well, I hope this year, and that looks more refined, but I don't know if I need one because the quarter scales just have such a big presence on your shelf, and it just stands out. It's massive. Normally they have beautiful base like this, and it's just overall a good quality. You know, the proportions are good. You don't need to come close to appreciate the product. You know, like from afar, you could clearly see the details because it's just a massive footprint. With that being said, Mark 6, I mean, could we have a Hall of Armor in quarter scale? That would be amazing and be so expensive as well, and would take up a huge chunk of space. But hey, if you can afford it, and if your display would allow it, why not? Like from afar right now, this feels and looks like a better, it's not die cast though, because can you imagine the weight of this thing? I mean, as a quarter scale, it's already pretty heavy because of the size. And then imagine, look at the size difference between the two, the 1/6 and the quarter scale. It's just the proportion just looks so much better. Even not just on Iron Man, but even with my Mandalorian and Spider-Man, they just look great. They just look overall better in my opinion. But again, you know, there's a caveat for that. There's a trade-off. It's more expensive. The accessories are larger as well, so you're gonna have to figure out a way in how to store them. But selfishly, I wish I would have just started with quarter scale. I probably would have just collected all quarter scale and saved me a lot of money. But then again, I'll be missing out on some figures that are amazing when it comes to 1/6. So it's hard. But this one looks beautiful. You can pose it around. They also balance pretty well for something big. I don't know, maybe because the weight distribution is is kind of better because they're bigger. I don't know, but they look good. This one looks good. It's not die cast, but you get that awesome goodness. You could switch out. The head sculpt is rolling eyeball system as well, which is good. Compared to the quarter scale Mark 42 doesn't necessarily have a head sculpt. It has an open plate. But for that price, I mean, this one is, I believe, is $600, which is, kind of like, it's high. But now that InArt and all that stuff is coming out, like the artisan version, $500 figure for a 1/6 is becoming a norm. That's why I jumped on the 458 Mark 42, because it feels like a regular die-cast Iron Man at that price. But yes, sure, I'm not getting die-cast, but I'm getting a quarter scale, a big figure that would just be a nice attention grabber on my display or, in my room, basically. This one looks fantastic. I mean, I don't have like a red, because I skipped out on Mark 4. The good thing about quarter scale as well is that if you just wait enough time, typically they go on sale. They are not the hottest commodity of Hot Toys because of the price, basically, and the space that you have to allot to them. So for the most part, if you are just patient and you're not in a hurry, by that I mean we're talking about years here for the most part. That Mark 42 didn't go on sale at around Christmas time, and by that time it was already released for 2 years. I still bought it because I know I still wanted a like a quarter scale Iron Man. I'm eyeing next is the quarter scale Dark Knight. Even though there's a lot of Dark Knight in 1/6, like I said, it's different. You have to experience quarter scale to fully appreciate them. If you never had one, get the sale. Get, I believe for the most part, Mandalorian is always on sale. Just get one, see how it feels, see how you like it, and see if it works out for you. So that's just if you are on the fence, but quality wise, highly recommended. As far as easiness of use, it depends on your situation as well, and also the price. So whatever you're comfortable with. But this guy right here, if you don't pick it up right away, I bet you this would be on sale eventually. I don't know when, but eventually. But thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments, how do you feel about this figure? Love to hear your thoughts. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.